Hey, everybody. Welcome to Week 6 podcast. How's it going, everybody? With us, we have, of course, I'm Sam, and my co-host is Rob. How's it going, sir?
It's going, decent. I'm going to have to do this on the fly because we lost our second co-host this evening. There is no forgetting in fantasy, Michael, but we'll get him back in here next week, man.
Yeah.
So I didn't do the studs and tuds this week, so we'll just make it up on the fly.
Oh yeah.
It'll make it super fun.
Yeah.
We're going to do this. I'm familiar with the game, so let's roll, Sam.
Let's roll. Let's go with the speed round right here.
Speed round, 3, 2, 1. All right, Heart Foundation. Heart Foundation cannot be stopped right now, man. That's 3 in a row, I believe, after the 0-3 start. Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, give me a break. Najee Harris, looking good. CD Lamb for 38. Oh, my God. Autumn Wentz, Tay was pressing. I'm telling you, Autumn Wentz, you're third year in the league. You don't ever curse the Tay. Never do it. It never gives you anything. 58 and a whole bunch of nothing for the Autumn Wind after that bad move. Blows his wad. Tay puts the jinx on him. See ya. Kelly Bulldogs, struggling. New Denver, rolling. Joe Burrow again, Jalen Hurts. We must be going cross-conference here, huh? Is CD Lamb in this game? No. Tyreek Hill had an interesting game. He went through. This game was pretty easy for New Denver. Rolls right on through. Kelly Bulldogs has a win on the books. He's struggling a little bit this year. We're hoping for better things for him. He's a proud player. The bag or the bat, Degenerate Bastards. The bag or the bat? Man, is that 2 in a row? He's struggling to get to the century and a half mark. Degenerate Bastard just blows up on him here. Josh Allen with the pedestrian 39. He's not even going to make my on-the-fly studs list. But CD Lamb, man, I didn't even realize CD Lamb did that damn good. I was like, who wants to watch Dallas and New England? Back of the bat, 2 in a row. I still think he's going to win the championship. I love the back of the bat. All right. Straight LA Kings blowing it up big time. And does that say? Yes, I couldn't tell if that was a 152 or 182, but unfortunately for Savs, it's a 152. Coming in again, I've noticed a little trend here with Savs this year. He's struggling a little bit with the roster maximization. I'm not saying he's struggling with, his roster, but he's missing on some guys. Leonard Fournette, a little bit of a surprising huge game there. I actually dropped him myself this week. Picked up Myles Gaskin. Definite putt of the week. Okay, but, rolling along there for Savs. Straight LA, I really think he's got a good team, man. I don't, he's got to be a little bit nervous with that Minnesota connection with Cousins and Dalvin Cook, but, hard to beat the running backs right now. He's got Dalvin, he's got Zeke, and he can run. He's got Elijah Mitchell out there. He picked up on the fly, on the bye, I guess you would say. Zach Moss looking good. Keenan Allen waiting for better things. Not a good week for San Diego, who now plays in LA, but they'll always be San Diego. Wolfpack can't be beat. Back-to-back 200s. Dude,
Jeez.
I mean, all hail to Wolfpack. That's hard to do. It's hard to do 200 at all. We've only had maybe a dozen of those this year. He does it back-to-back weeks. Derrick Henry is just in fuego right now. Oh, and he gets the Chiefs this week, and I wonder if the owners of Derrick Henry are going to play him. I don't know. It's going to be a tough call. Derrick Henry, Josh Allen, top-heavy team. That's the place to be top-heavy at. Travis Kelce slumping a little bit, not the best. They had a nice second half, but Belichick, mate, not much to say. 121 doesn't get you more than about 8 words. El Oso Verde owning the snide, but he wins over Pete Muppets. Pete Muppets, dude. He's just decimated by injuries. I mean, he's like the whole team's out. So Nick Chubb's in there on IR. He's like Kenny Galladay's hurt. He lost Russell Wilson, which of course basically takes care of DK Metcalf. It's going to be tough for him to compete with guys like Brandon Cooks and Carson Wentz. You can definitely count on 30 points out of Carson Wentz every week, Scott. I would keep riding him out there. El Oso Verde gets a much needed win. He didn't think he could ever win again. Gang Green sucks. That's 2 in a row. Gang Green, man. One thing I will say is I'm kicking ass on my starters because basically my bench is trash. All right. So, I mean, all the way down to Nick Folk for 3. Young Ho Koo was 0. He was on bye. Tough choices. Yeah, I spent $5 on a kicker last week that got me 3 points. I'm rolling in at $1.60 a point right now. That's pretty good stuff. Green Bay Packers looking all right. Why am I talking about myself? High rollers, man. That's 2 in a row. Good game. Lamar Jackson. Chubba Hubbard, which kind of put the Chubba Hubbard of all things, some garbage time points. He didn't have anybody huge, but Kirk Cousins. How does Kirk Cousins outplay Lamar Jackson that much in a game where I believe Baltimore scored 715 points and Lamar was only worth 11? That's very curious there. So apparently the trick for the Baltimore Ravens is to have Lamar do less. Okay. So, and finally, Ninja Assassins beating out Super Flukies. Thank you very much, Sam.
No
It is
problem.
not lost on me that your division, who has been the bane of my existence, I've been ragging on pretty constantly in here, outside of nobody can beat freaking Todd right now. It took 3 out of 4 from my division, which actually did me a whole lot of favors. So Super Flukies, Patrick Mahomes throwing the worst interception, not only of his career, but of about 28 other quarterbacks that in the Hall of Fame's career this weekend. That kind of hurt him a little bit, but it's not a lot there. Antonio Brown, Tom Brady, so Sam, good week there for you, man. Derek Carr. I don't know who Derek Hill is, but Derek Carr had a nice week out there in Denver. Denver looks like a facade, and as we mentioned last week, it looks like the Raiders are going to be better off without John Gruden. And I did, just in my parting note to Raiders fans that are worried about that, 8 games under 500 during his reign of terror there. So, see ya. All right, Sam, that's our games.
That's a game. Let's go to the obvious studs of this week. Oh, obviously, Derrick Henry.
You got to help me out with this one. I didn't do my homework. I used to sit there and eat lunch and write them down. So Derrick Henry, absolutely. I mean, that's 6 touchdowns and 280 yards in the last 2 weeks. He's just
good Lord, man. 75-yard that one.
There was a headline today, and I don't believe it because I'm pretty sure if you put these guys head to head, that I'm pretty sure Tyreek's going to win the race. But they said that Derrick Henry on his 1 touchdown had was faster than Tyreek Hill, and I went, I'm not sure what the hell that's based on. If we're just taking body mass into play, but Henry is it's amazing. I can't. It's a guy that dishes that much punishment. This is 3-4 years running now. He's moving his way into fantasy lore. So that's a great week. All right, I'll throw one at you. We'll go CeeDee Lamb. I mean, really, 38 points is pretty nice, And how about Jonathan Taylor, 41, dude? That was a huge game out of Jonathan Taylor. I get a few more of those from him, and I'm very relevant as is New Denver there. So, he's, I think Indianapolis is finally figuring out that maybe Jonathan Taylor is their best player and Carson Wentz is not their best player. So maybe we have good things ahead. I don't know. So there's a few studs for the week. You got anybody else there?
No, that's about it for the studs. I mean, besides Kirk Cousins, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, if Kirk Cousins gets near 40, I guess you got to give it to him, right? Because I mean, how many times do you get to say his name out there? So, I got an easy puds here for you. You ready?
What's that?
It's a 53-man roster. How about the San Diego via Los Angeles Chargers, man? What the hell was that? I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, it's like did they land like 10 minutes before game time or something? That's a bullshit performance right there by a team that thinks they're supposed to be going somewhere, and they just remind everybody that they're not. So,
yeah.
Right.
And you mentioned you picked up Myles Gaskin earlier, right?
Yeah, Myles Gaskin. Okay, you know who, puds of the week. How about the NFL for putting Miami and freaking Jacksonville trash out there in England? And, me being the biggest pud of the week is I watched like 3/4 of that game. I'll just say this. Were those 329 of the most empty yards you've ever seen by a quarterback by Tua Tagovailoa in that game?
Dude, I didn't even catch any of that, the game.
I said, were those 329 of the emptiest yards ever by Tua Tagovailoa in that game? And yes, I can pronounce his game even after 1.5 beers. Tua Tagovailoa. It is a mouthful. I mean, dude, he threw an interception that would make Derek Carr blush. It was bad. So I'll give him the putt of the week, even though 329, because they'll be dumb enough to keep rolling him out there. That guy is just not an NFL quarterback. However, Trevor Lawrence looked pretty good. And, I watched this game. Let's just dwell on this game because I watched it. Who's the receiver on that team? Like Chanel or something? Dude, this guy's horrible. I mean, he dropped like 9 passes in a row. It was just, I'm like, my
Jeez.
God. And they won. They won the game.
Yeah,
they won the game.
Yeah, the first win, right?
Urban Myers doesn't look like he coaches his way out of a freaking paper bag, dude. I mean, he just looks lost out there. And then, NFL coaches are largely assholes, right? I mean, we know it. Remember all the coaches we dealt with in high school? They were dicks, right? Yeah. So to get to the supreme level, you have to imagine that most of them are like just complete asses, right? But when you're known to be a dick among dicks, I mean, like, you must be a bad human being, right? So fuck Urban Meyer. That's all I got for this week. Any sit-downsters or anything? Leonard Fournette, man, I'll go with that for
okay. No, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's. I would go Fournette for Savs there. That probably cost him the game with you
Jeez.
instead of Kareem Hunt. So that does kind of knock you out there. Yeah, he's got 32. That gets him in there a little bit. So that was a bad sit. But I mean, yeah, obviously you're going with Kareem Hunt and James Robinson against Miami. Start of the week. Yeah, we'll go with why not Kirk Cousins
Yo,
for
why not?
having the belief in Kirk Cousins to keep running him out there. You
Yes,
know,
true, true, true.
Yes, if you're hoping for good things out of Kirk Cousins, you're going. You go. If he's your number one, you're hating life. If he's your number two, you're like, look, man, there's not a whole
It's all
bunch of
right.
number twos out there, okay?
Yeah.
But if he's your number one, you're like, dude, why am I even playing in this league? So, how about the bad pick of the week? Though? Let's go with Taylor Heineke. This guy is not an NFL quarterback either. Anybody notice that? The more you see of him, the less you actually want to see of him. So, lining up against the Chiefs, and he's worth a whopping 13 points, and he was lucky to get that. So that's all I got for this week, Sam.
All right, all right. Let's take a quick look at the standings real quick. Degenerate Bastards won one in a row there. New Denver 3 in a row to bring up the Earth Conference.
Did you just say Degenerate Bastards won one game in a row?
One game in a row.
Yeah, that does not count as a winning streak, okay? So he's 4-2. So how about we do this? He's won 4 of his last 5, maybe. We don't know. I think it's actually 3 of his last 5. So I think he was 3-0 at one point. So, oh no, now he's flailing. He's lost 2 of his last 3. Oh, it's bad. New Denver, Savs, man, you guys are going good. An autumn wind right there.
Autumn
With
win.
the most points.
Yeah. 1,103 points. Jeez. And of course, the best division in the world, the win division. Ninja Assassin, 4 in a row there, High Rollers, 2 in a row. El Oso Verde, and then Belichick.
Okay, so 4 actually constitutes a winning streak, Sam. I will give it to you, buddy. Hey, who am I to argue? Best division ever. We don't care if your points don't have what Adrian put up in 1 week, but it's it's all right. Fire division. Oh man, this is tough over here in this conference in general. Outside of Kelly Bulldogs, who's really scuffling. I mean, you've got 7 teams that are vying for a playoff spot, and it's dude, it's anybody, I mean, Wolf's been hot lately. Super Flukies was hot early. I mean, I believe in my team a little bit. Hard Foundation's coming on. Straight LA is loaded, and dude, it's wild. I mean, I'm not forgetting about Scott, but he's his.
Yeah, it's
so.
Yeah, it's wide open over there. On your side, it's wide open still. So who knows?
Or it may be squeezing closed. So it's one of those two. So
yeah. I mean, Kelly has a hard time getting back in it, but I mean, it's still early, right? It's still early. I don't know, but anyways, that's it. Rob, I know you got a game watching, and I bet you Mike is actually watching that same game too. I think he was mentioning he was watching a Dodgers game somewhere. But anyways, did I lose you, Rob? I lost you, huh? Anyways, folks, it looks like I lost Rob. So it was great timing. Have a great week. Don't forget to watch tomorrow night's Thursday game, Denver versus Cleveland. That should be a banger of a game, folks. All right.
Oh, yeah, Cleveland with no players. Sam, I have no idea what you said because my phone put you on hold for a minute, but hopefully it was all good.
Oh,
Take care, everybody. Good luck, man.
All right, Rob. There you are.
See you guys.
See ya.